How's it going, guys? Voodoo Stache here. Today I'd like to go through a great way of mobilizing that ankle, loosening up that calf, loosening up that soleus, that backside there. I want to think about that, how we can loosen that thing using these lines of fascia. Fascia is essentially the plastic wrap that's wrapped around your muscles that connects all those muscles together. So we have a fascial line called your spiral line. I'm going to use this little strap here to kind of give you an idea of it. It's going to start from the inside of the ankle or inside of the foot. It's going to wrap around the outside of your calf here, around the outside of your knee, up your IT band, across your abdomen to your shoulder, and then it would wrap around the backside there, and then it would wrap around and it would continue on that same line going the other way, right? So we got this line of fascia. Think of this as like it's one piece of string. So if not anywhere in there, it's going to change how everything along that line works. So one way that we can improve the amount of stretch we get on the outside of this calf, opening this calf up really well, is by using these fascia lines to our advantage. So if you take something and elevate your toes like this guy here, I'm using a little slant board here. If I have this line here all glued together, from this position here, just having my foot on an incline like that, I'm going to feel a stretch, which is great. But we can increase that stretch a little bit by thinking about these lines. And what I'm going to do here is as I plant that heel down, this piece is going to stay there. I can rotate my upper body more and more and more, and that's going to increase the stretch on the outside of that calf. So open that thing up. So it'll look like this. I set that foot up here. My hips are level, they're in line. Keeping my hips still, my heel pressing into the floor. I'm going to take my torso only, and I'm going to rotate. And the further you rotate from up here, the more of that stretch you're going to feel from down there. So check this out from the side. So when I'm here, if I have that foot here, so I've got that incline, I'm going to think about taking that hip and pushing it forward so I'm nice and straight. If I'm like this, I'm not stretching that line out at all. So I'm going to be tall here. I'm going to take this other foot, the further I walk this foot forward, and then stand up tall, more of a stretch in through there. So once I've got that heel planted down, I can take my torso and I can rotate. The further you rotate away from it, the more of that stretch you feel. So that's one way of doing that, one way of stretching that calf out a little bit better. The second way you can work on the direction you push your knees, kind of getting your knees more comfortable going past your toes. So from that same position here, I'm then going to take, let's go this way for this one. I'm going to take my knees and I'm going to push my knee towards my big toe, push it towards my second toe, towards my third toe, my fourth toe, my fifth toe. And as you go through each one of those angles, you'll feel your ankle moving a little bit differently. You'll feel a little bit different stretch along that soleus and calf. So if you struggle with having your calves being really tight all the time, try this stuff out here. I think the most basic one would be elevating those elevating the toes, keeping the rib cage down, the hips driven forward, and rotate. Hold there for maybe a minute or two. The more time under tension we put that muscle, the more it's going to lengthen out. Try that stuff out. Let me know how it goes.